I don't know that I will ever see Disneyland the same after knowing this. So recently I was reading some interviews of what people who knew Walt Disney thought of him. One was a Matterhorn operator named Joyce Bellinger, who in 1966 distinctly remembers one morning when she saw Walt. He was walking around all by himself, and then he'd stop and inspect each ride from the outside. Then he'd turn and he'd look at another one, and so on and so forth, which in itself wasn't really unusual for Walt. But what was significant about that morning was that it was the last time he would ever step foot in Disneyland again, because the next day was when he went to the hospital, never to return to the park he loves. Even though he wasn't aware that he wouldn't be back, Joyce said she felt that he was just saying goodbye. While that's a touching story, what mostly changed my perspective was an observation that Van Arsdale-France made about Disneyland. He talked about how often Walt was there in the park, and how he walked over every foot of Disneyland, so it was molded by him. Van France said that Disneyland itself is the one place in the world that Walt personally designed and then had maybe 11 years to work around and form it. And that's why he called Disneyland the roadmap of Walt Disney's life and mind. And maybe that's why Disneyland feels so alive to us, not only because of our memories that live there and the nostalgia that warms us from the inside out, but because it is the roadmap of Walt's entire being, laid out in streets and attractions and castles. It was the heart work of a man who wanted to give something wonderful to us, all for the purpose of just adding a little bit more magic to the world.